I can already hear the computer starting to melt, and I haven't even started to mess with this thing yet, but the game already is very unhappy with whatever it is I'm doing. But just wait until I turn the orb into my raft, the game's really gonna love this. Because while this thing looks big from the outside, you really have to get to the inside to appreciate how big it is. Those are legitimate skyscrapers inside the orb. And this really excites me because we're gonna build something on a monster scale. Spoiler alert, probably gonna show some of the new stuff. Like elevators. Subscribe if you like elevators. So I just need to find a way to build my raft all the way up to here. I'm not even sure where it is, somewhere down below. Now there's another shot for scale. Look how high up we actually are. For some reason my computer fan just won't shut off. Alright, I relocated my raft. Time to start building. And I guess we're just gonna let that happen all day. But that's fine. Lucky for him, I've got plenty of raft for him to eat. Things have taken an interesting turn. I can actually build right through the glass wall for some reason. Yep, that's exactly where I wanted my axe. Well, luckily I know where to get another one. An axe is going to be my most important tool today because it's going to go like this to undo all of my mistakes. Good news though, it's already nighttime and I haven't even made it to the top. What happened to the thing I was building? The shark ate it. It was all built off that one spot right there. The shark ate it and the whole thing collapsed. Of all the places for that idiot to eat, it had to be the one that I based my entire thing off of. We're gonna learn something from this and fortify every piece of our raft that shark could possibly eat. That way that doesn't happen ever again because I was all the way to the top. There. At least this way, if he starts to eat his way toward my ramp, I'll catch it before it collapses the whole damn thing. I've already gone through well over 1,000 wood, most of which got destroyed by the shark so far, but that's okay, we'll just rebuild bigger than ever before. I might have been a little bit off in my guesstimation, so I've got to kind of lower the slope of the ramp at this point. But at least I succeeded in getting myself to the very top. This is going to act like more of a scaffolding until I figure out exactly what I want to do with it. It definitely gets tricky to build anything up this high because it needs to connect to my raft. I can't use this as a foundation. And it's definitely cool being able to look down on skyscrapers. Really helps to give the scale of exactly how high up I am. It's actually somewhat bright at night when you're this close to the moon. And the game actually thinks this hurts now. I was sure I had the angle right this time, but I was still out by that much because this orb is really damn big. Actually pretty close on this time. It's kind of hard to gauge the slope of an orb because it's ever changing. The higher you go, the more it changes. Sometimes I wish I was a shark. Then I wouldn't waste hours of my life building stuff that doesn't work. Plus nobody thinks it's weird when a shark eats someone. It's still not gonna make it. I was out by like 3 panels, I'm pretty sure. It's weird because from way back here, I feel like I'm gonna go way over the top. But then once I actually get to it, I might not even make it. Ooh, that was close. But I landed pretty closely with my other ramp now. But I could maybe adjust that just a touch. I adjusted it by 1 panel, that's about perfect. This really is a fun idea today, because not only do we get to show off some of this new stuff, but we also get to hurt the game while doing it. Now that I've finally found the perfect angle right up to the center, look what the shark's done. He's bitten it right there, and maybe right there, I could have lost the entire thing already. Yeah, I know, I should have learned the first time, but if you've seen my channel before, you know it takes at least more than 1 time. Luckily, I have some extra time figuring out the logistics because I've got a lot of building to do just to get to the top. And also, just running back down is going to eat up a lot of time. Luckily for me, I don't have to put up a slow walk speed. I can actually turn that up as much as I want, at the expense of the game of course. I'm sure it just loves this. Finally, a speed that can keep up with my brain. Still messing with some ideas for the top, but it's probably going to look something like this as we work our way up. At least now we're finally starting to be able to see the tip of the raft from whatever this thing is. You know what? I see it now. I have the vision. We're going to do this same thing, but from this side. And that means I get to break this entire thing. Look at it go. Glad I didn't take that part with it. Ooh, another fun idea would be trying to fill the entire orb with llamas. Really hope I'm going to get better at estimating these things. That's it, right there. Dead center as low as you can go, though my fan is still working pretty hard. Ramps up to the top. Hopefully this whole mess just kind of works out better than I think it's going to. Interesting. I was kind of hoping for a bigger platform at the top, but we'll make do with what we've got. I think that with some clever building, I can actually expand my ramp up top by quite a bit. This so far is requiring way more thinking than I'm actually really capable of, but there might be hope yet. Because now that I managed to slide those in there, look what I can do. My platform gets that much bigger. Probably not going to be the prettiest design you've ever seen, but it'll be kind of like Disneyland. It'll look all good from the front, just don't look behind the curtain. Because somehow I'm actually kind of making this work. I don't really need a lot more room. I have at least made a perfect square. Perhaps an imperfect square, but I've got the base. And then what do we do with this very high structure? Should we try a shark? The shark didn't seem to enjoy it up here. The altitude is probably a little bit high for it, but the llamas, they love it up here. We played this game before. The game definitely feels this. When I look in their direction, it gets a little slow, so we need more. Now we're getting somewhere. Look how slow the game is. I need to see this from a distance. And from here, you can't even see the damn llamas, but you sure can feel them. The game does not love this one bit. This leaves us with a very important question. What happens if some of the llamas fall onto the globe? I think if I break this one, we're going to have some llamas fall down. We're going to have lots of llamas fall down. Oh, more than I thought. There was a lot of them up there. I didn't realize they spawned so many in. You know what? I think they fall directly through the glass because there's one sitting there on the walkway. Didn't realize they wouldn't touch any of this stuff. I guess they're not really programmed to it because llamas aren't really supposed to exist up here. But there is something amusing about watching them all fall all the way through the glass and somewhere down below. So I guess if I really want to mess with the game, are they going to survive this fall? Do llamas take fall damage? We'll find out shortly. Are they moving down there? I'm going to have to go check. I think they're moving. Yep. They definitely survive, and it definitely sounds like llamas in here, but I clearly haven't spawned enough because they're somehow hard to find. We need more. There's even a few cleverly hanging out at the top because they know better than to fall to their death. So let's give them a little bit of encouragement. Shouldn't be too many of these before things start falling apart on them. Hi, nice to see you. There you go. That one gets it. Oh, look how sad this one is. I can't stand to see sad llamas. Get out of here. You're gonna make me sad. That's better. Anyways, it is with great amusement that I'm going to sit here and click this button for a long time. Kind of getting the feeling that the game is going to break long before this dome fills up with anything I could possibly put in it because it's a big dome. But we're going to see exactly how this goes. I'm getting a sense by the movement of my hand holding the axe that things are starting to slow down quite a bit. And I would be correct in that. Looking around, especially towards the llamas, things aren't moving so well. A few minutes later, and it's getting hard to do anything. So let's go check on Llama Town. We're going to try and take the elevator, but as you can see, the frame-by-frame movement making it a touch difficult. We want 0. Why is that a llama I hear? This town is so much better like this. I just really wish the game could handle more llamas. We have all sorts. We have little happy ones, we have big sad ones, and everything in between. I think a bunch of them must have clipped somewhere in here because I can hear them, like this concrete foundation is mooing. And I don't know what to make of that. There's clearly a lot of llamas missing because I spawned probably several thousand already. And that's just fine. Maybe more of them than I think because the game is very slow right here. I've been wondering for a while what was up on this lonely building and it looks like nothing. But a decent view, maybe a little bit laggy for some reason, but it's nice to see the dome this way. Now, we're making pretty good progress. The game is running this slow, which is great. I'm really thrilled with that. We can still do a little bit better. First of all, I kind of want to see how it reacts to me breaking this because that's going to break everything. Nope, that's going to break nothing because it's foundation. That's probably going to make it a little bit hard to leave. We are moving at a pretty fast speed right now, and I'm really impressed the game isn't completely imploding on itself considering how much stuff it has to move right now. We're going to hit that, so that might be a little bit of a thing. That should sink eventually though. No idea if I'm able to steer this or not, but I kind of want to go up there. Aren't these supposed to sink? Can you sink now? I do need to be careful because if I fall off this, I'm not going to be able to get back on it. Now, what does this ridiculous thing look like from the top? You guys are back? Well, that's even better for me. Well, so far so good. You can see the speed at which it's moving. We're very high up, moving very quickly through the ocean. But the best part is we can still go faster. You'd think that moving like this right now, along with the raft moving at super speed and all the llamas, would make the game suffer more, but so far it's doing surprisingly well. Now look at us go. The debris is just flying past us. We might actually hit that island, but I'm not too worried about that right now. We'll deal with that if it happens. And we hit the island. So how do we fix this? Which way's the wind going? Alright, that's why we hit the island. Not even sure if I can do anything about this. I kind of just have to let whatever happens happen. Nope, there we go. We just pivoted around the island and we're off again. The island is disappearing. It's gone. Well, at least this way I'm sure to pick up lots of debris from the ocean. I maybe do more collectors for that, but we'll still get lots just going in a straight line. Because we're going at 1,000 miles an hour. Wonder how the llamas are doing up there. Probably about to collide with another island, and I can't really be that concerned about it right now. There's just not much I can do about these things. I can't steer this thing. What I can do is turn the waves back on. So now this whole thing is going to rock back and forth violently while also moving at light speed through the ocean. With 10,000 llamas 10,000 feet above it. It definitely slows everything down a lot when it has to think about the waves as well. The game does not like this one bit. So let's add to that collapsing towers and falling llamas. Breaking. Something's breaking. I'm not entirely sure what or why. Oh, I see. Things are just taking their time because the game can't handle it right now. The game handled it just fine. It was hard to even see them from here. but they took a pretty big tumble. Island. Thank you. Parts of the raft are starting to submerge themselves because the waves don't really know how to react with a raft this big. Is my raft okay over here? It's like 8 feet underwater. All right, let's knock a few more things down to see what happens. Picking up, which is interesting. Now we're going to run towards that as quick as we can to watch it all collapse. The last little bit of our very large tower. So the few of the remaining llamas, or whatever that is. There's a massive something falling from the sky. I don't really know what it is anymore, and we're under the water. And there goes the last of things falling. The game didn't enjoy that one bit, but it didn't crash on me. This is neat. Every wave we go a little bit deeper. Maybe more sharks will do it, because sharks can swim around the raft, and the game has to consider that. You can never have too many sharks. I can't help but notice there's some seaweed on the bottom of the screen. I think we're about to hit an island. An island which we're about to name Shark Island. For reasons that should be obvious by this point. Ooh, we're gonna bounce right over this island if we're lucky. We seem to have unclipped ourselves and off we go. I guess we're leaving the sharks behind in a big hurry because the raft moves so fast. We need the kind of animals that can survive on a raft, like llamas. Or goats. And they have lots of room to run around. I'm basically just gonna keep going until the game stops. I've just realized though, there's no fence. They're probably walking straight off the edge and into the water, and we're probably leaving a huge trail of animals behind us. Luckily, there's lots of sharks to pick up the slack, but yeah, I think we've been doing this for the past 4 miles. Ooh, we sure have been. That's fun. All right, let's anchor the raft so we can't move, and then we're going to unload sharks everywhere. I want to see the water turn into sharks. Yeah, I like the way this looks already. What's that llama doing down there? The sharks aren't even touching it. Shockingly, I'm not really seeing a lot of extra sharks. Oh, never mind. They're definitely still down there. Yep, there they go. They're eating the raft. I was wondering if that was going to happen. Look at them all go. Yeah, now from up here, I think I can see the extra sharks. They're devouring the raft alarmingly quickly. I still feel like we need more. 80,000 sharks later, and let's watch the raft go. Really? I put 80,000 sharks in the water, and they're gonna eat the raft one at a time right now. It's enough to destroy my entire plan. The game definitely loves it when I look at the massive sharks. I've created something beautiful today. Just one lonely little llama chilling there in the water, not worried about the sharks at all. Alright, it's feeding time. We're in for that wave of bites, and they're all gonna jump on now. They must be on some kind of timer, and I really like that because it's like a coordinated raft eating. And I really couldn't be happy about that. Look at them all go. It's kind of weird they're not touching the main part of the raft very much though. I guess it is kind of armored though, to be fair. It's not broken yet, but it's pretty close. I can hardly move at this point, so I'm pretty satisfied with this result. But I thought of a few more fun ideas we can also get to.